Hello and welcome back to Running Train Hashiru Resha. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And in the last video, I finally got around to taking a look at the last train that was available currently in this early access title, which was the diesel train that you see in the background of this main menu splash screen. So I have now tried. What trains have I tried? I have tried two or three electric trains, or one train has two variants, another electric train, and this diesel train. And all three do drive somewhat differently. Some have, obviously this one has gears, it's diesel. Some have manually lapped air brakes. Some have the step braking, and This is quite good. A few things that I have noticed is that, and maybe this is just how it is in Japan, the trains seem to be very stable on the railways. There's very little shake, and I've had to, I think in the game settings, if I go into the game settings, you'll see that I've increased the vehicle sway intensity to 200%, and that has not really done anything. Unfortunately, it does not seem to have done anything, or at least nothing substantial. Certainly not anything that is substantial. Anyway, in today's video, what I am going to be doing is taking a train along the entire Sankai Mainline, all the way from, so you can see the ones that I have done. This was the very first one I ran. This was one run in the rain. This was the diesel train that I did, the diesel run that I did last time, and I started at Kanamori and went over to Nagara. On the Fukugawa line, I did this one from Ise to Takahashi, which is this little route here, and all of these are 12 minutes because they are such tiny routes. So I'm going to be sticking with the main line today, but taking a stopping service. So I have options here. These are all, that is an up. Is there going to be a down? I'm going to see if there is a down. There is this one. So I can go, so I've done Kanamori, have I done Kanamori? Yes. So I've done an express service, Kanamori over to Nagara. Let's go the opposite way, Nagara to Kanamori. And that should take me 44 minutes, 18:05, so the sun should just have set. And what I'm going to do is going to take a 6-car train because we have not done that yet. What colour should we take this? Let's take this blue one. This one looks a little different. We are going to go winter, and we've already done snow. Let's go winter clear. So we'll get to see. So this was something that I was supposed to do in the last video, and then I accidentally changed something and it ended up being spring. So here we go, winter clear, and let's find out if I can get any higher a score than a B. Honestly, I do not think I'm going to be able to, but I am going to try. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started, and let's run the entire main line, this time with 15, I think it is 15 stops. Okay, a 44-minute run to go, and we are going to start with, not that, we are going to start with pausing it. How do I pause it again? That's it. We're going to start by taking a screenshot, of course, because that is what I do. That is how I figure out what sort of, is this blurring things out the way I want it to? Yes, it is. Yes, it definitely is. That is how I figure out what sort of thumbnail I'm going to use. So I do like these to be a little bit, the field of view to be slightly zoomed out or slightly low, because that, there we go, that is something akin to maybe, does it actually tell me what millimeter camera that would be akin to with the lens? No, not really. Well, that is going to be the the first of the screenshots. Do want to have a look through this. Yep, this is just like the first one that I had a look at. I could potentially take a screenshot in here too, because this is extremely realistic, as I've pointed out before. The trains do look extremely realistic. Right, anyway, back we go, ready to depart. So we are departing in a few moments. I'm actually going to start releasing the brakes almost all the way. Waits for the departure signal. There it is. And away we go. Now, I must remember this is a 6-car consist, therefore will require extra power, and it's going to take more time to slow down, more time to accelerate, and I will have to delay my acceleration. All of these things need to be taken into account. Two, three. There's the 6. I'll creep up to 90. There we are. We are in a downhill. We appear to be okay with speed. Looking at the signal ahead, or the repeater for the signal. Green signal, I see it. Uphill, gradient. I should probably take the instructions off at the bottom. Be interesting. Here we go, into a downhill and a 100. Kind of do want to pause this. I might do a few of these just to begin with, just to find a reasonable place to have to take screenshots, which I do not think I'm going to get in any one of these, unfortunately. Any of these areas that there is not enough light. Let's get a little bit on the brakes. So far, 925 points, as denoted right at the top of the screen in the middle. Slow down a little. Slow down more. Now we are going to start slowing down. Okay, this train does slow down very quickly. I was not expecting that fast to slow down, so that was a little awkward. Uh-oh, no, now it is not slowing down. Oh no, it is, but we're not fast enough. Oh, I've jumped it. Not going to be happy about that. I know. I'm on it. There we are. That will have to do. Oh dear. Okay, it does not slow down quite as well as I thought it would. which means now station 1 I have messed up. So this is going to be a sort of a catch-up situation the entire way through. Alright, here we go. Let me see if I can somehow catch up. Eight car? There is a possibility of an 8-car train. Not yet seen one. Well, across the bridge we go. Be careful of speed limit changes, of course. There is the 95, I saw that. There goes another train. Get a little bit more speed out of it. 3 miles per hour below the speed limit, or 5 kilometers per hour. This is a pretty good view. It certainly is a pretty good view overall. What that blue is on the ocean, that looks a little strange. That definitely looks a little strange there. Right, now I'm going to slow down at this speed and see what happens. So with 3... No, I think I'm going to need more than that. Actually, no, that seems okay. Not quite as good. Yes, no, seem okay. Come on. As long as we get to 100 meters at less than 20, we should be okay. There we are. So now we just coast in. I should be here in 5 seconds. So I'm sort of almost here. 1 second, 0. Going to be about 10-15 seconds late. Get a little bit closer. 2. Get under 1. That will do. 30 seconds. Okay, I think I might just about be able to claw some of this back. Just about. So what we should be doing, as far as I can understand, what we should be doing is being slightly faster. If I can put an extra 5 kilometers per hour into it, that would be good. That is to say 5 kilometers per hour faster when we're at the 100 meter mark. Now for this one we are 1.7 kilometers away, so just about a mile away. So we should be there very, very quickly. So make the most of the acceleration as we have. There we go. Make the most of the acceleration there. And now onto the brakes, slowing it right down for the 80 that is coming up. And actually, now I'm just going to continue slowing down, given that we are approaching the station. So if I continue slowing down at this speed, we should be able to make it into the station fairly reasonably. So one of the things that I have noticed that I'm still not used to is I'm reading this number and my brain is acknowledging it as a miles per hour. And because this is acknowledging it as miles per hour, I am adjusting my braking for it to be miles per hour, and of course it is not miles per hour. There we go, that should now be better. That deceleration should be much better. So if we are at 15 kilometers per hour, 20 meters away, we should be able to stop this almost perfectly. Oh, just over a meter, that's not good. Unfortunate. Okay, adjust. We are now 42 seconds late, so I'm concerned about that. We are back at Uetsu. Prepare to depart. Doors are closed. Off we trot. Maybe try to accelerate a little bit further. I was expecting potential wheel slip with it being winter and all. In fact, could I try and get maybe something of it departing the station? It is a bit dark, isn't it? Ooh. Electrical spark. That is something I have not yet seen nor heard. So that is interesting. And now I've messed up. The spark is gone because I pressed P instead of F5. Well done me. But we got to see it, so that is certainly something. Another mile to the next station. Just like the London Underground, just a little bit more spread out. So we shall continue accelerating up to 100 and figure out how and when I am going to hit the brakes this time around. This one's the one through the tunnel. Yes, it is. That's where I was concerned that the station is in the tunnel. It is not. That was a good view. Start braking. Start braking a little bit more. Oh, we're down to about 30 miles per hour now. So I think I need to be at this speed, 300, when that goes to 0.3. That is what I think. And I'm getting that very wrong. Right, we are late, but not appallingly late. And that is the important thing. Yes, not being appallingly late is a good thing. Come on. So I need to be able to regulate these brakes better. This is not good. Because this is where I lose all my time. Although that was much better when it comes to how far away I stop. So a little bit, perhaps just a little bit more. Give it a little bit more speed coming into the station. Brake a little bit more gently, something like that. Off we trot. Notch 3 of power. Next stop, Iwaminato. Which is... where? Ooh. Just train down on the lower track there. Where is this place? Must be about 2 miles away. So a little bit of braking. We are in a downhill. No, it says 2 kilometers. We're going downhill, so I do need to keep a close eye on my speed. I think we are all right for now. One of the things that I have noticed is that very rarely have I come across a red signal. Ooh, all of those lights popped in quite suddenly. I do like the look of this, though. I do very much like the look of this. Oh, definitely worth some sort of a screenshot here. But do not unpause, because should I unpause, I'm going to be in trouble. No, I need a better exposure here. That is the kind of exposure I'm after. Maybe get onto the pavement. There we are. That does not look too bad. Right, very carefully. So I'm going to press P1Q brake. P1Q brake. There we go. No speeding. No speeding today. Let's see what the braking performance is like here. So this time, I'm going to brake from this speed at 0.8. Now. Notch 3 braking. Let's see how this pans out. This might be a little bit better. Notch 4 braking. I think this is much better. Keep braking, keep braking, keep braking, come on. Oh, still too much. Still too much braking. I'm quite late as well. I thought that was going to be a good amount of braking. It ended up being too much. Come on. At least do this part. Oh, that's no good. That was no good. I'd stopped. They opened the doors. I am about a minute late, which is not good. So even then, I need to be braking at a much later time. How could I do this? What could be better? 80 at 0.7 of a kilometre, 700 metres away? Would that be more suitable? Perhaps. So I'm really not sure. And now I am just chasing time, which is always a concern. Keep going, come on. There's the shrine entrance. Down to 95. I am trying to be potentially as close to the speed limit as I can. Which can be a little risky. Because of course you are always chasing the speed limit then. Right. Let's try this. This time I do have to slow down because of another speed limit. Keep slowing down now. Okay, this might be better. This might be better. I am still late. This could potentially be a lot better. 10 kilometers per hour faster than I was before. As I'm approaching this. Oh, it's still not perfect. Stop. There we go. Okay. Okay, less than a minute late. Less than a minute late. Good. So maybe possibly notch 4 of braking was not required. Should have departed half a minute ago. Go, go, go. 49 seconds. Oh dear. Mile and a half to the next station. Lovely Honda Integra. So the pop-in with the lighting is a little bit concerning, the way the lights pop in. That's, yeah, definitely needs a little bit of work there. I do like the fact that the uphill and downhill gradients, they do have an impact on your speed. We'll slow down a little bit there. And slow down more now. Okay, I'm going to try and hold notch 3 here and hope it does not... It is not too bad. I think notch 3 is not good. Let's go notch 2. Notch 2 into the station, and we'll increase notch 3 as required. That seems a little bit better. To notch 3. Back down to notch 2. Oh, I'm not too sure about this. No, I've messed that up as well. That is so... It is very difficult. There we go. Okay. I suppose it just takes a little bit of practice. Maybe if I do this for another 3-4 runs, it should be alright. Can I click? No, I cannot click anything. I forgot. There's no way to click that. I was wondering if I could click on the... I was wondering if I could click on the sun blind, the visor, and bring that down. Hayakawa is our next stop. Currently our score is 80%, so I'm just about holding on here. As an R34 Skyline. Right, time to overtake an R34 Skyline. Probably the only time I'll ever do it. Well, in this sim anyway. I'm comparing it to real life, not overtaking an R34. Don't think I've ever... No, I have seen an R34 actually a few times. As close to speed limits as I could get there. Slow it down. Oh dear. Lost a point just because I was a little greedy with the speed there. That's my own fault. Definitely my own fault there. Right. Try to bring the time back. How am I going to do this? So that notch 3 of braking appeared to be fairly good. Or notch 2 into notch 3. So I'm going to try and brake a little later, but notch 3. So, here we go. Notch 3 from here. How will that slow the train down? I have additional notches to play with should I need to. So it is not as though I'm going to be in a lot of trouble should this mess up. I actually think I need to bring it down to notch 2. There we go, back up to notch 3 now. Keep it in notch 3. Potentially now notch 4. Back down to notch 3. Notch 4, definitely notch 4. I would say that was fairly alright. I'm just very behind on time now. Yes, I'm just very, very late. Off we go. Ise is next. How many stops have I actually been down now? I do not know. I've been too busy trying to figure out my speed and braking and all of that I've not really paid much attention to how many stops I've gone through. Does it tell me anywhere? Not really. Back into a tunnel we go. Right. So notch 3 of braking from now. See how that works. Bring it down to notch 2 just for a little bit. And then back into notch 3, notch 2, just between notch 3 and notch 2 as we go through this. Possibly even back down to notch 1. So how's that happened then? Because this has been much better for braking, probably because we were uphill. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get this right, at the very least. Okay, I think I might have got this right. Stop, stop, stop. Not great. Not great, not great at all. I'm destined to not get greater than a B. Unless I pull something miraculous off in the next 10 minutes or so, I guess? Unless I pull something miraculous off in the next 10 or so minutes, I doubt anything is going to change here. Goes to 75 again. Just be aware of that. There's no point me accelerating up and down through it. So this part, I think, is where there does need to be some sort of adjustment, because you would not be accelerating if we went 75, 175. You would not actually be doing that sort of acceleration. Let's try and slow it down a bit. I'm late now anyway, so I might as well just try to be as smooth as possible instead. There we go, coming into the station now. I think that is a reasonable-ish speed. That's 20. How late am I? Actually, not inordinately late. There is a chance for me to make this in less than a minute. Less than a minute late, come on. That's less than a minute late. 58 seconds, that is less than a minute. It is not going to help me much, but it is less than a minute. I think there is potential to claw this back if I get the braking right on the next two. It's not Nagata, it's Nogata. Nogata. Oh no, that's a different place. It was Nagata was the other place, wasn't it? That was different. Nogata is this one, Takahashi, and then we've got a few others, and yes, okay. Okay, let me see if I can do anything with this. 2, 3, 4, 6. Then back down to 70, so I'm really not going to accelerate too far. Well, I say that, I'm going to have to decelerate anyway in a moment, so that is okay. Do that, start braking. There we are. Now that might have worked a little bit better than I expected. This might have worked a lot better than I expected. Has that worked a lot better than I thought it would have? There's still potential. I'm 34 seconds off. Can I recover this? 40 seconds off. Surely I can recover this. To get it under 2 meters. Just get it. Okay, that will do. 2 meters. 51 seconds. I've managed to recover a little bit. Okay. Can I recover a little bit more from that? Remember, it is evening, so no horns. We must be polite. .3 kilometers to the next stop, so 3/4 of a mile. With a 70 coming up, I think we should be okay to go up to 80 and then be braking. Stop braking. Come on, bring it down, bring it down. 76, 75, 74, 73, 72, there's 70, good. Keep braking. That might have somehow, I might have managed to pull that one off. Keep decelerating, come on. We are 19 seconds off, 23 seconds off. Just get a little bit closer. Still need to get closer. Can I get this to below 50 seconds? Is the question. That is going to be tough. Stop, 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 stop. Oh, that's not good. Not good. No, I did not. In fact, I've made this worse. Okay. This is not going well. Takahashi is next. Why did that sound like an engine stopped? This is not a diesel. Or are we at Takahashi? This might be Takahashi. Looking at the time, this is Takahashi. Go, 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 go. Next stop is quite long. Suzumenomiya. And then there is our terminus, Kanamori. So there is no way I am getting anything above a B again. Extremely disappointing. Unless I somehow figure out a perfect braking solution for the next two stops, which is not beyond the realms of possibility. It is just quite unlikely. Notch 3 braking. We are downhill, so this might be bad. But I'm going to see what happens. Notch 2 braking. Prepare for more Notch 3 braking in a moment. There it is. Notch 2. Be at 20 at 100 meters. I'm not. I'm slightly higher, but that's okay. I think I'm still able to get there. It is so late. This is just not good. Still less than a minute. Still less than a minute. And I'm not going to really be able to do much getting to the next stop. Kanamori is just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. Go, go, go. 2.2 clicks to Kanamori. Speed 85 kilometers per hour, 53 miles per hour. There's a signal coming up, hold on. I actually have a signal. That is not what I was expecting. keep slowing it down. Slow down to 45. Okay. So I was talking about signals and things like that, and I was not expecting to actually have to deal with signals. But here I am having to deal with signals. As we approach our destination. So, according to those signals, the next signal that I get to should be danger, should be a danger aspect, red. I'm going to assume that signal is at the station, given how I am approaching it. Oh, 20 seconds to go, and I am half a kilometre away, so that is not ideal. But I will just coast it in. Just accept that. The next signal is at danger. That is what I was looking for. We are late, but at the very least, I'm not going to end up with a what's it? A SPAD. Signal past that danger. Because a SPAD is bad. That will do. It was not as though I was going to get up to 80-something% or whatever it was. And there we are. We are at our final destination for this particular run. Hey, look, that could be a thumbnail. Do not often do thumbnails inside. Thank you for driving. Press enter to end the scenario. Well, let's go ahead and do that and figure out exactly where we went wrong. Punctuality. That is where we went wrong. I could have upped that, and that would have been fine. Honestly, my stopping accuracy is probably better than it has been. It is my punctuality, and that is just purely down to not understanding the braking. So maybe a little bit of practice with the braking, and at Immature, I really messed up. So there was also one that I had to reverse at, which was problematic. Which one was that? I think that was this one, Yuetsu. That is where I had to reverse. And that was the start, that was the downfall. Yes, I think that was the downfall. And from there on in, I was fighting a losing battle, wasn't I? If you look at that. But still, less than a minute. Correction. I was over a minute late to Komori. Right. At the end, I was less than a minute away. And thus, I got another B. Not exactly the best of grades, but I suppose that grade will be acceptable. And that is where I am going to end this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on running train Hashiru Desha. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. Any suggestions you have for any of the routes or the scenarios I should try. Something perhaps challenging, but maybe any tips on how to get an A or an S rank? An S rank would be brilliant in this. So yes, any tips on that would be much appreciated. If you wish to do so, you can check out my Patreon, social media and Discord. Links to all of those in the description box below. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Running Train, where I think I will do a wet run and see how that pans out. So spring, raining, see how long it takes for me to mess up and whether I can get lower than a B in that case. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you very much once again. Arigato gozaimashita, and I shall see you next time.